Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be discussing about the vectors. How this vector works and what are the main functions that are used in vectors. In my previous video, I've discussed template libraries and arrays. But after that, arrays, if you have understood arrays, how we are going to perform, you'll definitely understand how this vectors works. So before, entering into vectors, I'll give a simple example how these vectors are working. So vectors, first we are going to use initialization is totally different as you have seen in arrays. So here also we can initialize by two different methods. So first with the help of vector, so let me show an example, and in that only I'll be showing all the functions how we are going to perform with vectors. So okay, first before entering into vectors, here in vector, size is different and capacity is different. Okay, every for each and every item we are going to insert, its capacity is going to be doubled. Okay, for example, if I'm having vector, okay, there are no elements, then its capacity is 0. Okay, after that, if I'm inserting one element, then its capacity is 1. If I'm inserting another element, then number of elements is 2, then its capacity is also 2. If I'm inserting third element, if I'm third element, when I'm going to insert, then its capacity going to be double, that is 2 times 2, that is then its capacity going to be 4. After that, if I'm increasing to 5 to 6 sixth element, then its capacity going to be 8. So this one thing, that is its capacity is going to be doubled in vector, and the size is constant. Here size and capacity are different in vectors. And not only that, in whenever we are going to make that, if our size is going to be double, right, then previous vector gets deleted. Okay, that's one more point. And not only that, in vectors, random access is possible. We can find the element at any index. Okay, in list it is not possible, in arrays it is possible. And in vectors we are having two main functions, that is pushback. Elements are pushed at the back, and then elements are removed from the back. So there is no something like that front. We are not entered queues, right? So in queues we can insert elements front and back, but here we can insert only elements at the back. Okay, pushback and popback are the two main functions that we are going to use in vectors. Okay, so let's start our vector topic. So first, just like every time, IOStream, and after that we have to include a vector. Okay, perfect. Using namespace std, and after that integer main. So not only that, in vectors we are having two different types of declarations. So first one is vector, and this is my data type of vector. In arrays I have put the size of my array here itself, but I can leave it here, I can put outside it. Okay, so this is my vector v, and its data type is integer, and its capacity is 0 initially, so that I'll be showing. And I'm creating another vector, so that is also an integer. And for example, this is an a, and its size is, for example, say that 5. And here I'm going to initialize each and every element with 100. Okay, I'm having 5 size, and I'm going to initialize each and element, that is 0th index, 1st index, 2nd, 3rd and 4th index. I'm going to initialize with 100. So let's check if that works or not. So for integer I in a, and this is also for loop we have seen in arrays. So if you have not watched that video, then I'll recommend you to watch that. So let's check this. So yes, so we are initializing the 100 in each and every of 0 to 5th position, right? So 1 2 3 4 5, all the elements are get printed, so nothing new. So after that, let us move on to inserting elements. Not before that inserting, let us understand what is meant by capacity. Okay, first let me take this v itself. Okay, first v dot capacity, and let me put an endl here, and let me print this. Okay, first there are no elements, right? So my capacity would be, so let me write it more clearly. Capacity. Okay, capacity. Okay, so it has to be here, right? Yep, perfect. So there is no element, then my capacity should be 0. Okay, right? this is working perfectly. And after that, for example, I'm going to insert the element in my vector. So with the help of pushback function, for example, I'm inserting element 10. Okay, then let us check what is my capacity. It is 1. Okay, I mean the size of my capacity vector is doubled. So before that its capacity is 0, but after inserting an element its capacity become double. I mean it is increased, right? So let me make this real quick and make 3 or 4 elements. Okay, so first, and this is my element 20 and 30, and this is my 40. So let me make another element 50. So every time I'm going to push my element, so it is going to move in the form of, like, for example, I'm inserting 10, right? So 10 is inserted in the form of, like, it is inserted at the back, and then 20 is inserted, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. At the last 50 going to insert, and if I'm going to pop that element, then first 50 will be popped out. For example, take an example of stack rate. How this is how, I mean, this performs like the stack. Okay, first let us understand how we are getting the values. First, there is no elements, then our capacity is 0. Okay, this is perfect. And here I'm going to insert an element, then its size is capacity is increased 1. Okay, after that I'm increasing another element. Okay, I'm inserting second element, then my capacity gets increased to 2. After that I'm going to increase another element, right? So my capacity should be not 3, it is double, right? 2 times, so my capacity becomes 4. Okay, I'm increasing another element, adding another element. So my capacity would be, I mean, total number of elements would be my 4. So here my capacity would be 4. After that, I'm inserting another element. So it is crossed the fourth, right? As capacity increase 4, then it becomes the twice of that, my old capacity. So 4 times 8, 4 times 2, that is 8. So I hope you are clear what I'm telling. Like, capacity gets increased every time you are going to insert elements. Yes, first time is 0, and then 1, and then 2, and then 4, and then 4, and then 8. So that's it about the capacity. And if I want to check the size of my vector, so v dot size. So guys, what would be the size? Because I have inserted 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, right? So size should be 5, but my capacity is 8. So that's what I mean. Here size and capacity is different in our vectors. So let me write it here. Size is, yes, good, perfect. After that, we have inserted the elements, right? So if I want to remove the elements from my vector, then how I am going to perform? So with the help of pop back. Okay, so this is my v and this is my pop back function. So first, it is working like a stack, right? So last element gets popped first. So 50 will be deleted. So let me take this and let me show you. I in my v. Okay, okay, so let us check the elements. So size is my 5. Okay, after that my elements. So before pop, let me show you my elements. Okay, so this is my before pop and this is my after pop. See out after deleting element. Okay, so yes, first is the initialization and capacity gets increased, and size is my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are my elements. Okay, I have put it here 50, sorry. Okay, so first capacity is my 8 and then size is my 5. After deletion, I mean pop back means whatever the last element present in my vector gets deleted, that is 50 gets deleted. So if I'm using another pop back function, so my 40 would be deleted. And let me print you real quick. This is my second pop, second time deletion. Okay, so first time deletion I've removed 50, and my second deletion I've removed my 40. So this is all about the vectors, and not only that, I've said that with the help of vectors again, random access is possible, right? So let us check if that works or not. So random access meant with the help of dot at operator. So v dot at, so if I want the element at the index 0, because 0th element is my 10, right? So let us check if that gives me or not. So element at index 0. Okay, so let us check that. It should give me a value of 0, sorry, 10. Yep, it is giving me a value of 10. Okay, after that, if I want to clear the size, so let me check my size here also. After deletion of my 3 elements, so first is my size 5, right? After the deletion of 2 elements, my size should be 3. I mean 2 elements are deleted, right? Okay, so first 5 elements are initialized, and then capacity is increased, size is 5, that is these are my elements, and I have deleted with the help of pop back function. 50 gets deleted, and then 40 gets deleted, and then my size is reduced to 3. Okay, and then my elements at index position is 0. Oh, sorry, index is 0 is my 10. So, and if I want to delete my vector, so v dot clear, that's it. And if I want to check my size now, and then my size would be 0, because I've deleted the vector v. Okay, so first size is 3 and then size is 0. Okay, my vector v gets deleted. If I want to copy the one vector to another, so let us take this array 5. Okay, so if I want to copy a new vector from that vector, and this is my integer, and let us make the last vector. Okay, so if I want to copy the elements from a, that's it, with the help of this bracket, and if I'm putting whatever the size of name of my another vector copying vector, that if I'm placing here, then it will give me all the, let us put here b, and let me show you 200, and let me show you the elements present in my b. For I in b, everything gets printed. Okay, what will the printed means? First 200 is present in my a, right? So 200 5 times will be printed in my b. So the nothing new, we have already read that, right? So 20, 200 200. Okay, it is taking time, but it is printing, I promise. Okay, and random access is possible, and we have deleted and inserted. Okay, that's it for this vector video. In my next video, I'll be discussing about the dequeues. In that, we can insert the element at front and also back, and we can delete the elements at front and back. So here we are going to insert element only at the back and removing and deleting at the back itself, right? So in my next video, I'll be discussing about the dequeue. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.